The most effective way to keep you watching was to stop asking whether you want to. Welcome to this explainer. You know the feeling, right? You sit down, fully intending to watch just one quick episode to unwind, and suddenly you're blinking at the screen and it's 4 hours later. Today, we're taking a really calm but hopefully eye-opening look at that exact one more episode spiral. And spoiler alert, it's not entirely your fault. For decades, TV asked a question. It required an active choice to stay tuned or change the channel. But in our modern attention economy, that default has completely flipped. As we just noted, the absolute simplest way these platforms keep us hooked is by literally just removing the question of choice entirely. To understand how those 4 hours just vanish, we need to look at how researchers classify this. Autoplay isn't just some quirky, helpful feature. It's actually defined as an attention capture dark pattern. That means it's a deliberate architectural design choice specifically built to capture and manipulate your attention, extending your usage way beyond what you originally intended. So, getting sucked into that binge-watching spiral, it's not a personal failure of your willpower. It's actually the result of highly engineered, friction-free design.
And that brings us to the core contrast of this whole explainer: active versus passive choice. Think about the immense psychological gap here. An active choice means you have to grab the remote, scroll through a menu, and intentionally hit play. But a passive choice, you literally just sit there. You do absolutely nothing while a 5-second countdown ticks down to 0. Platforms have built a world where doing nothing is the default path to consumption. Okay, moving on to Section 1, Psychology of the Spiral, Why Doing Nothing is Easier.
To really get why platforms exploit our mental states so effectively, we've got to talk about inaction inertia. Picture this: you're totally relaxed on the couch. Making a conscious, active decision to stop what you're doing actually requires real cognitive effort. And when a choice feels too demanding, we naturally prefer to just avoid making it at all. The inertia of letting that next episode wash over us is, well, it's significantly easier than actively deciding to turn off the TV, stand up, and go to bed.
In that inertia, it gets supercharged by what psychologists call the transportation state. When you're deeply absorbed in a great story, your prefrontal cortex, that's the part of your brain handling executive decision-making, kind of goes offline. Your natural ability to monitor time just diminishes. As researchers have pointed out, asking your brain to make a rational, active decision to stop during a tiny 10-second autoplay countdown, it's literally like asking someone who is half asleep to solve a math problem. It's just not going to happen.
Which leads us to Section 2, the autoplay experiment. Friction equals freedom.
So, what actually happens to our behavior when we reintroduce a tiny little bit of friction? Let's look at a pretty fascinating study on Netflix users. Researchers found that simply turning off autoplay resulted in an average daily viewing reduction of 21 minutes per user. By forcing people to actively press play for the next episode, the spell was basically broken. And think about that. 21 minutes a day adds up to over 120 hours of reclaimed time in just a single year. That's huge.
If we take a look at the data, we can see exactly where that time was saved. By disabling this one single feature, the average consecutive viewing session dropped by nearly 18 minutes. It literally cut that binge-watching spiral short right in its tracks.
But how exactly did flipping one toggle cause such a massive drop in watch time? Well, the study found that disabling autoplay added an average of 24.4 seconds of what they call interim time between episodes. And those 24.4 seconds are everything. That tiny window serves as a crucial stopping cue. It gives your brain, which remember is slowly trying to pull itself out of that passive transportation state, the necessary space and quiet to reflect. It gives you the chance to decide if you actually truly want to keep watching or if, it's finally time to go to sleep. But here's where it gets wild. Even after experiencing this reclaimed time and a restored sense of control, check out this survey data from the end of the experiment. Over half of the participants, 55%, wanted to turn autoplay back on, mostly citing convenience. Meanwhile, only 32% chose to keep it off because they appreciated the friction. I think this highlights just how deeply we value the convenience of friction-free design, even when we explicitly know it's manipulating our attention.
Let's dive into Section 3, Algorithms and Rabbit Holes, the Up Next engine.
This frictionless mechanism isn't just a Netflix thing, of course. It drives the entire broader attention economy, especially on user-generated platforms. Dr. Lena Schoen from MIT captures this reality perfectly.
She says, autoplay isn't neutral infrastructure. It's a behavioral nudge calibrated to maximize dwell time, not user outcomes. We have to remember, these platforms are businesses. Their interfaces are optimized to keep you on the screen to serve you more ads or justify your subscription. They aren't designed to make sure you get a good night's rest.
And the effect on ad-supported platforms? It's even more massive. On YouTube, a longitudinal study found that turning off autoplay resulted in an incredible 37% reduction in average daily watch time. It entirely wiped out that passive viewing cascade, where you just watch one more video over and over again.
And you can see how this builds algorithmically. These algorithms are incredibly smart. They carefully chain recommendations together, connecting nodes of content you're likely to click on. If you just let autoplay run, you're being pushed down a hyper-personalized rabbit hole, step by step, getting further and further away from whatever you originally intended to do.
We call this the up next trap. On platforms like YouTube, autoplay initiates within just 3 seconds. That completely bypasses what neuroscientists call your attentional reset window. On top of that, studies showed these recommendation algorithms are dynamically reinforcing your emotional preferences in real time. They are maximizing your immediate short-term engagement over your actual long-term satisfaction, basically ensuring you stay hooked in a continuous, emotionally resonant loop.
All right, let's wrap up with Section 4, Taking Back Control, Engineering Your Environment.
The really good news here is that once you understand this invisible choice architecture, you have the exact blueprint you need to reclaim your agency. The goal of this explainer isn't to tell you to throw your TV out the window or stop streaming entirely. It's just to help shift our behavior away from habitual use, that passive, meaningless consumption we do just to pass the time, and bring it back to instrumental use. Instrumental use is when we watch with intention. You sit down because you actively want to watch a specific movie, not just because the TV happened to be on and you fell into a trance.
And here's the best part. You don't need superhuman willpower to achieve this. You literally just need better environmental design. You can take a few simple steps right now to reintroduce that helpful friction. First, dig into your account settings and disable autoplay across all your streaming apps. Just turn it off. Second, try using a physical timer placed all the way across the room, so you actually have to stand up to turn it off. And third, log out of your apps after a session. That tiny bit of login friction next time might be exactly what you need to pause and think, wait, do I actually want to watch this right now?
So, I want to leave you with a really low-stakes challenge. Will you run this experiment on yourself? Try turning off autoplay on your TV, your Netflix, your YouTube, just for 48 hours. That's it. Observe how your relationship with your time changes when you have to consciously press play for every single video. Notice how often you actually decide, you know what, I'm just going to walk away instead.
If this explainer helped you see the digital world a little more clearly today, please subscribe to our channel for more insights. Now go into those settings and turn off autoplay, because at the end of the day, you really have to ask yourself, if your attention is the most valuable commodity in the world, who is currently spending yours?